Hi everyone, I'm Nick Curtis, the Art Toy Advocate, and this week we're going to be introducing a new feature on our video review channel. It's called Artist Choice, where we invite an artist to come on and choose the piece that we will be examining, something that has lasting significance to them. For our first episode in this format, we have artist Peter Kato with us.
Hi everybody.
So Peter.
Yes.
What have you brought to show everybody?
I'm really excited. Today we've brought Uamou, one of my favorite pieces done by Ayako Takagi.
Now, she established this brand in 2011, give or take.
Yes.
And your personal connection to her is that same year. Because in December of that year, as a fledgling artist yourself,
Very fledgling.
you had a gallery show in her store in Japan.
I was very, very fortunate. This was literally the first time I was really selling my pieces. And actually, I had just gone onto Facebook, I had contacted her there, and I just wanted to send my figures to her, as a gift, as a fan. And she wrote back, she was like, oh, these are so cute. Would you be interested in doing an exhibition? I was like, oh my, yes, so yeah.
And that exhibition was called I Love Pocket Powers. Pocket Powers being the initial name you had for the minifigures that were there. Now, the Uamou figure, when she first created it, I don't know if she knew how far it would go.
Well,
it's a completely original form.
I love it. I base a lot of my own personal ideas based on the inspirations from this figure. I always thought this idea that a toy's silhouette, if it's close to very strong geometric shapes, it will have a strong presence. And what's amazing about this figure, she created this character when she was like 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that is really interesting. And she would draw different versions of it like almost every day.
So she had a long time to evolve
She
it.
had a long time and a long committed passion of this idea, almost like surprising history to this figure.
Which is always magnificent.
Yeah.
But I do find it funny, the exact version you chose, it's not only just an original form, but there's nostalgia steeped in this version.
Yes.
So what is this version based off of? I mean, fans of very distinct patterning will recognize it immediately. But for those that don't recognize it,
this is actually the first Uamou Ultraman collaborated piece,
which was properly titled Ultra Uamou. All right, so for those people that don't know about Ultraman, though, let's explain what Ultraman exactly is.
Very simple. It's amazing. Classic, Japanese superhero kind of stuff. I grew up with it as a child. Basically, in a nutshell, it's these celestial titans that basically protect Earth from giant Godzilla-like monsters.
They keep attacking Earth.
Well, keep attacking Tokyo for some reason.
Well, Tokyo's a popular place.
It's very popular, very popular. So.
And it's been a long-lasting series of different shows and movies. It actually started with a show called Ultra Q, which was almost X-Files-like, having these ongoing adventures of these investigators as they sought out supernatural and monstrous creatures. And that lasted only about a year before it spawned off into Ultraman, which had almost no connection to it, except for the fact that it had giant monsters.
Yes, well, that's what worked, it seemed, Yeah, if Godzilla is like, something that you think about, in Japan as one of the, concrete sort of things, it's like Ultraman is another.
And she is actually Ultra Uamou, and it was done because the company that had produced Ultraman, they were celebrating their 50th anniversary, and she was allowed to produce something using the Ultraman design on her own figure, as well as other people. Yes.
Officially.
It debuted in August of 2013 for Subara's Creative Jam 50. And it was so popular, they actually did a multitude of them.
I know.
And she made new versions for each event.
So cool.
And then went on to do new versions, which are still officially licensed for her own shop and for other events.
I think that's amazing.
It is. There's been a wide variety of them. This originally was the closest she could get to the appearance of Ultraman, the gray, but eventually she made a silver version, which really captures that look of the character. Now, when Ultraman, the original Ultraman, it was a member of the Science Special Search Party, which was like a group that were tasked to defend the Earth against alien invaders. And it was one member of it, whose name was Shin Hayata, and he accidentally crashes into this weird transportation sphere of the being that is Ultraman. And Ultraman feels bad, so he merges his soul with this human so that they could survive. And thus, from that point on, Hayata, anytime there's trouble, he can use this artifact he has called the Beta Capsule. I think that was the name, right? Beta Capsule. And it transformed him into this massive Ultraman to be able to fight the monsters.
You transform, like gigantic.
He always had this timer clock on his chest because he could only last in this giant form for 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's just under 3 minutes.
And if he went longer than that, it started actually injuring him. And I love the fact that on these, they captured the timer clock element as this little raised capsule.
That's right on. That's so spot on.
Perfectly encapsulated on this piece. And, I just realized you can see the back has, the patterning continues on it. She really did a fantastic job reimagining the patterning of Ultraman onto her own original form.
It's really cool.
Which is a lot more difficult than I think a lot of people realize.
I agree. I really think she just has something that really just works.
It's been working for a very long time.
Very long time.
In fact, actually, the Uamou figure itself, there are various versions that have been made. Classically, I think of 5 facial expressions for the figure displays. There's the 2 straight ahead eyes, that's called classic.
Love it.
And then you have dazed, you have happy, ouch, and sad. And of course, there's a Boo, who is this ghostly companion to Uamou that shows up regularly. And the great thing about the Boo character is that not only can it just accompany Uamou, but you can actually place the figure onto one of the horns.
So cute.
And it's this adorable, like modular toy. Really smartly thought out on her part.
I mean, it's such, that whole combination is such a winner.
It is.
It really is. To the point where the cafe that's attached to Studio Uamou, the shop, is like Cafe Boo. It's one of the most exciting places to visit when you're in Tokyo.
And it is.
Yeah. You guys were there.
We were there.
You were there.
It was fantastic.
Oh, man, I love it.
Well, to learn more about Ayako Takagi's Studio Uamou, please visit her website at uamou.com. And I'd like to express special thanks to our guest, artist Peter Kato, who you can find out more about on his website, peterkato.com. Thank you for watching us, Peter Kato, and myself, the art toy advocate, Nick Curtis. Agree with us? Disagree with us? Let us know your thoughts on Ayako Takagi's Ultra Uamou by commenting below, as well as liking or disliking this video on YouTube. And please remember to subscribe to the CoArt YouTube channel to be kept up to date on my reviews.